Hey everybody, Chris here. So we're going to do a quick update and show you what we got left to do this year and talk about our plans for next year. So this is the M40, which you've seen the weapon being built, and this is for the HobbyLink International military group build this year, and it's a Korean War theme. So this is a Tamiya kit, and have made this base here because it's got all these accessories, and if you really want to display it, you need a little bit of a base. So this is just a piece of pink foam, as you can see, and I carved just like a small landform in it. This has got some Magic Sculpt putty to make this mound, and then the whole thing was covered with clay and textured. And when the clay dried, it put a little curve in it, which is no big deal. I've got some plywood out in the shop. This afternoon I'm going to glue this to that piece of plywood, get it flattened back out, and then I've got some stuff to trim up the sides and make the diorama, you could say, look better. And then once I get done, I'll trim in, or I'll fill in the sides and stuff. This is going to be dirt. It's not going to be mud. Okay, the reference photos, these were all in like a dirt, and so that's what we're doing, because sometimes mud's just overdone. And once we get this all, I'm going to paint this. It's not going to stay this color, and then we'll work in along the tracks a little more around the spade and the platform there, so the weapon looks like it's been sitting here for a while and it's not floating. And then there'll be maybe a little bit of grass along the edge here, down this little bit of slope, and up this embankment we'll put some grass, maybe a little shrubs, but not a lot. Okay, they scraped her off to do their duty, and that's what we're going to make it look like. So other than that, I got to do a little bit of this Tamiya buff. I got to put a little on the legs and kind of like along the bottom of the jacket, some on the sleeves, and of these guys, so they kind of blend in, look like they've all been in the same place. These canisters for the charges, they only gave us 4 in the kit, and so I've drawn them up in CAD, and I'm going to 3D print a bunch off, so it looks like there's more here, and there'll be a couple empty ones thrown off. The rounds over here, I've got a whole bunch more of them. I just put a few out for the display, and for this video. So we'll get that done, get them all in there, and that'll be the build for the military group build. That has to be done by the end of the year, so that is my priority. So the rest of the stuff we've done this year is we finished the Viper, built the truck for the WWWWW group build. You've seen that. We built the Phantom of the Opera for the Halloween group build. You've seen that. Built the space probe, the Voyager space probe. I got a new 3D printer. Got an Anycubic M5S. I printed this Bela Lugosi figure off, and I was trying to paint him in black and white. And I was going to enter this in the Halloween build this year, but this was the first time I ever done black and white, so I'm going to reprint him, or strip this one, probably reprint him though, and try it again and get a little bit better, and then I should enter it in next year's group build. So as far as the rest of this year, we'll slide this out of the way real quick. As far as the rest of this year, ain't got much left to do. We got to goofing around on Discord one day, talking about this de Havilland Beaver kit, this old Airfix kit, and Kaylin kind of started a halfway group build on this, and nobody's finished their kit. King Bob built a tribute to the Beaver, if you've seen that, but I've got it all together, and I just need to mask the windows and stuff off and then paint it. So I'm going to try and get that done once the M40 is done. and that won't be that big a deal. Or I might work it in. I got to get a couple things ordered for the M40, so I might do that while I'm waiting. Yeah, but it's all built. You know, this is an older Airfix kit, but it fit together pretty well. I mean, it comes with these floats or landing gear, and the floats, well, there's no positive placement on the fuselage for the floats, so you just kind of gotta eyeball where they go. So they're pretty good, and we're gonna try and get that painted up and get that done by the end of the year. Then all we got left is the post-Christmas speed build. And for the post-Christmas speed build this year, I'm going to do 2 kits. Number 1 will be the Red Baron, and number 2 will be his arch rival, Snoopy Sopwith Camel. And these are pretty simple kits. There's not a lot of parts to them. They've got these big heavy vinyl decals in them. I'm going to use those, and it's going to build it the way the kit was intended. You know, it won't be no weathering, no pre-shading or anything like that. It's going to look like a Snoopy build. So those will be a lot of fun. That's the HobbyLink International, 3rd Annual HobbyLink International Post-Christmas Speed Build. You can find all about that on HobbyLinkInternational.com. So, that's what we're going to finish up for this year. Now, some of you know that I was working on the 1/350th scale USS Spruance. That kit has become the bane of my existence. First of all, it's an old DML kit. If any of you know what that means, you know what I'm talking about. You know, things just fit poorly. Everything's got a huge seam line in it. It's just so damn much work on a bad kit. And then the photo etch is old Tom's Model Work photo etch, and it's really soft brass. So like if you sneeze, you bend the railings all to hell. So I haven't taken it out back and turned it into a Javelin yet. I just put it back in the closet where it's safe for now, because I am fairly close to getting it done. So I just kind of thought I'll just take a break from that, and we'll pick that up here sometime in the future. But I am going to do a new ship for 2024, and that leads into my 2024 plans. So I've got way too many hobbies. I need to eliminate one of them, and it's not going to be this one, but I want to get some stuff done in my yard this year. I want to do a lot of improvements out there in the spring. So I am not going to enter group builds anymore, except for the Halloween group build. I will continue to enter that because I like that group build, and I've already got stuff underway for that one. I'm just going to build what I want to build. If it fits in a group build, that's great. If it doesn't, I'm fine with that. So that's my plans. So I'm going to do, like I said, a ship build. There'll be a video coming after this one about the ship build and what we're going to do for that. As far as the next build on the list, once the M40 over there is done and we get through the Christmas speed build, then my plans are to finally tackle one of my favorite aircraft of all time, and that's the F-14. And this is the Super Tomcat, the D. Sorry, let me get this up here a little bit where you can see better. Okay, so this is the D model. This is the new Tamiya kit that's supposed to be so damn great. So I bought the D. Eventually I want to buy an A too, because I just love this aircraft. So this is the next one on the bench. Once the M40 is done, the Beaver is painted, and we get through the Christmas speed builds, like I said. Probably all I'm going to do extra for this kit is I might buy a cockpit kit for it. The Red Fox or Quinta or somebody like that. One of those two probably. And do that all up. So I have kind of been waffling about which scheme I want to do. There's two in here that I'd like to do. See if I can get it so we can see it. And that's one of these two here. try and get the reflect. This box is like super shiny. So the Grim Reapers here, I love that, the black tail with the Grim Reaper and stuff. But that was not a carrier-based squadron. And I kind of really want to do a carrier-based aircraft because, you know, I want to do the rough, really rough paint job and all that stuff. The Bounty Hunters were. They were a carrier-based squadron. They participated in the original Gulf War and a lot of that stuff over there when the F-14 was still in service. So it's going to be between these two, but it'll probably be the Bounty Hunters, unless I get aftermarket decals for somebody else and do a different squad. So that's it. That is literally, like I said, except for the ship build, which we'll talk about in a different video, that is the only kit that I am going to commit to doing this year. So when I get it done, I get it done. I'm not going to rush through anything. This kit I want to do great. Like I said, I have other things that I'm going to get working on. I want to do some stuff to my house. When the spring comes back around, I'm going to get back out in the yard and do a lot of work out there. I need to get out of my hobby room is what I need to do, and get some other stuff done. So this kit is the only one I'm committing to. I'm doing a Halloween group build. I'm committing to that, and I'm committing to a ship build, which will be a year-long deal. And that's it. Like I said, other than that, I might take a couple kits that I've got in the stash if I get this one done and finish them up. I've got a King Tiger that has a full interior that I've just been working on for years. It seems like I need to finish that up. And there's a couple of things that maybe we'll drag the Spruance back out. Who knows? But that's it for now. Like I said, just a quick one. Stay tuned because we will be doing a video about my ship build for next year and what's going to go on there. Alright? So, thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Don't like it if you didn't. Don't like it twice if you hated it. Other than that, like I always said, I don't care because you still watched it. Later.